CTW presents Square One TV, show number 173. That's 173. Produced at Unitel Video in New York. Let's rock. Let's roll. Ow!
My name is Spade Parade. I'm a detective. It was late at night and I was alone in my office trying to crack a case. Boy, it was a tough case. The silence of the night was broken by a familiar sound. Hello, Spade Parade. Hello?
Spade Parade.
That's what they call me.
Do you know who I am?
You're not the new cleaning lady, that's for sure.
I'm Nora Nouveau. I'm very rich, very beautiful, and very upset.
Hey, lady, take it easy, take it easy. Shut off those tears or you'll shrink your suit. Can I get you a drink?
No, thanks anyway.
Suit yourself. So, why don't you tell me what's troubling you?
That.
This?
Yes, that.
That's funny. It was troubling me just before you came in. And I don't even know who it belongs to.
It belongs to me. It contains a priceless treasure. I sent it to you for safekeeping.
You can be sure it's safe with me. Ow! I can't even get it open. You don't happen to have the keys, do you?
No, it shouldn't be locked.
It's not locked! I'll be. It's not locked. Well, let's take a look at this priceless treasure. That's the priceless treasure? A rubber duck?
That's no ordinary rubber duck. That's the Des Moines Duck.
The Des Moines Duck?
It's a priceless duck. Someone tried to steal it from me. I've no idea who it was, so that's why I came here to you.
Hey, look, lady, I didn't try to steal your duck, okay?
Of course not. I want you to help me find the thief who tried to steal it and carry it out of my house in this very expensive Lucci luggage.
All right. I'll do my best. Have you checked for fingerprints?
Yes, there were no fingerprints.
No fingerprints. Why don't you just start at the beginning and tell me everything?
It all started last week. I invited several friends for the weekend. It was a formal affair, and everyone looked absolutely smashing.
Now tell me everyone who was there.
The butler did it.
Wait a minute. If you know the butler did it, then what's the problem?
No, did it is the butler's name. The guests included Daryl Dashing, international playboy and a part-time computer games champion.
Nora, there you are, darling. What a wonderful party. Thanks ever so for the invite. I see you've just bought the priceless Des Moines Duck. What I wouldn't do to get my hands on that little ducky.
Speaking of hands, Daryl, I see you've forgotten your gloves this evening.
How frightfully embarrassing.
I do love your Lucci luggage, however.
I wouldn't leave home without it.
The guests also included the stunning and attractive Vera Vane and the darling Peter Posh, whose daddy had just inherited him.
Vera, you're looking absolutely devastating this evening.
I know.
I see you carry the frightfully expensive Lucci luggage also.
I never leave home without it.
Are you darlings having fun?
Fab. Nora, I hate to say so, but I think your Des Moines Duck would look so much better on my mantelpiece.
And I hate to say it, Vera, but I think your dazzling diamond would look better on my finger.
Maybe I'll just steal her duck.
And last but not least, my dear friend, Constance Clymer.
Oh, you absolutely gorgeous creature. What I wouldn't do to own you.
Constance!
Oh, Nora, I didn't see you. I was just admiring your duck.
Be careful, Constance, or you'll wear my duck out.
Oh, Nora, you can say the most droll things. Sometimes.
Suddenly, the lights went out. There was all this commotion. After what seemed an eternity, the lights came on again. Everyone was standing in a different place from what I remembered, and the Lucci luggage was scattered all over the room.
Did the police find any fingerprints?
No.
No fingerprints. That's very interesting, Miss Nouveau. I just have one more question.
Certainly, Mr. Parade.
Was Constance Clymer carrying Lucci luggage?
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, Mr. Parade, do you think you can help me?
Well, Miss Nouveau, as you'll soon find out, I've been doing a little doodling. And not only do I think I can help you, but I think I can tell you who tried to steal your Des Moines Duck.
Seven. Come on, bovines, let's disguise ourselves as a rectangle. Prime number.
Oh, where am I? No, don't tell me. Let me guess.
You're in Spade Parade's office.
Oh, I wanted to guess.
Sorry. Here, have some water. You'll feel better.
If it's from the water cooler with the fishes in it. No, thanks.
Come on, the fish are all right. Cuts down on the algae.
Before everything went black, I remember you said you had figured out who had tried to steal my Des Moines Duck.
That's right. And I made a chart to help me solve the mystery. You know, my mommy always told me, when in doubt, make a chart.
How absolutely charming.
The chart. Now, what do we know for sure? We know that whoever tried to take your duck was wearing gloves because there were no fingerprints.
That's right.
We also know that whoever took the duck put it in their Lucci luggage.
Yes, and before the thief had a chance to leave my house with the Lucci luggage, I noticed the duck was gone, and I searched all the luggage.
So, we know that the thief had gloves and wore Lucci luggage. Now, the butler did it.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell you what?
Don't tell me did it.
No. Did it, didn't do it.
Oh.
Did it, the butler, was wearing gloves, but didn't have any luggage. So, we write... yes for gloves, and no for luggage.
As I recall, Daryl was carrying luggage, but I remarked he had no gloves.
So, we write no for gloves, and yes for luggage.
I clearly remember remarking on Vera's diamond, so she was wearing no gloves, but she was carrying luggage.
Good girl. We write no for gloves, and yes for luggage. Now, what about Peter Posh?
As I recall, Peter was wearing gloves and carried luggage.
We write yes for gloves and yes for luggage. Last but not least, Constance Clymer.
Constance wasn't wearing gloves, and I wasn't sure about the luggage.
We write no for gloves, and we'll put a question mark for luggage. You know, it's not important to know whether or not Constance had luggage because she wasn't wearing gloves.
That means the only person who could have tried to steal my Des Moines Duck was Peter Posh. He's the only person who had both gloves and luggage. Mr. Parade, you are a genius.
Well, it's all on organizing your information. But tell me, Miss Nouveau, what's so priceless about this Des Moines Duck?
It's not the duck that's priceless, it's what's inside it. What do you associate a rubber duck with?
Taking a bath?
And what do you use to take a bath?
A washcloth?
I'm surprised at you, Mr. Parade. Soap.
Well, guess it sort of slipped my mind. Well, I'll be. It is an old bar of soap.
Oh, this isn't just any bar of soap. This is soap made by the settlers 200 years ago.
Yeah, and I bet they made great soap back then.
The best. This soap doesn't leave a ring around your tub. It leaves a ring around your finger.
So long as it doesn't turn your finger green.
Not a chance.
Well, I guess that cleans up on this case, huh?
Gee, I love a parade.
Just wait till you see this dress. I am waiting as fast as I can. It's on sale, and if I can afford it, I'll wear it to the party on Saturday night. And I'll look like $1 million bucks. Sounds worth it at any price. Here it is, gorgeous Snow. Gorgeous, yes. It's 20% off, and it was $30. So how much would it be now? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? What's 20% off this dress? Oh, I'd cut it about here. Let's see. 20% off 30. 20% is 1/5, because 20 goes into 100 5 times. Okay, so we divide by 5 to find the 5th. Right, so 5 goes into 30 6 times. That's $6 off the price. $24 for the dress. How much do you have? Exactly $24. $1 million bucks for $24? That is a bargain.
Percentage. With discounts, it counts.
Hey, this next video features a drummer playing a pie chart. Who knows, next week it may be a cakewalk.
But long before today, I gave most of it away. So there's hardly any left for you. I'm saving 4% for a dear, dear friend who's lying sick in bed. And 8% for a pal of mine who fell and hit her head. 6% for my Springsteen tapes. 8% for my car. 12 for the good old USA. And 5% for my guitar.
But when you add it up, that only comes to 43.
That should be 57 all for me. All for me.
Sorry, hon, that's not the situation. I've just begun, don't spoil my concentration. Now there's 9% for Miss Snodgrass, who tutors me in science. And add another 10% for the New York football Giants. 4% for my mom and dad. 8% for my bike. 18 for my leather jacket, baby. If you don't like it, you can take a hike. 'Cause you still got 8% of my love. 8% of my love. 800 of the time, you're the only girl I'm dreaming of. Yeah, 8% of my love. 8% will have to
That's the last time I take that flying carpet taxi service. Ooh. This way to fabulous riches. I wonder if this is the place. Yep, this must be the place.
Hold it right there, Squirt. No one may enter unless they solve the riddle of the coins.
Oh, gee. Well, I'm on a scavenger hunt, see? And I just need the diamond and ruby thingamajig that's behind that door.
You may have access to the thingamajig, but first you must solve the riddle.
But what is the riddle?
You see before you the mysterious chest of coins. In it, there are but 20 coins, all in nickels and dimes. Listen closely. The value of those coins is $1.20. No more, no less. If you can tell me exactly how many nickels and dimes there are, you may enter.
I swear I've seen this genie before in another sketch. Tell me, genie, there are 20 coins in the chest, only dimes and nickels. And the sum of their value is $1.20. Can all the coins be the same?
They could be, but then again, maybe not. Watch this.
Amazing, isn't it? Let me try. If I have 10 dimes and 10 nickels, that's $1.50. Ooh, too much. Let's try 8 dimes and 12 nickels. That's 80 cents and 60 cents, and that's $1.40. Closer. I wonder if there's a pattern here. If I tried 2 fewer dimes and 2 more nickels, I reduce the total by 10 cents. All right, genie. I will try 6 dimes and 14 nickels.
Clever, Sindbad. 20 coins, but their value is $1.30.
I can almost feel that thingamajig in my hands now. Okay, genie. 4 dimes and 16 nickels.
4 dimes and 16 nickels, again 20 coins, and their value is indeed $1.20. But the way to the wondrous thingamajig is blocked by yet another riddle. This chest contains 20 coins in dimes and nickels, but the value of those coins is $1.70.
I will figure this out.
Yes, but can you?
This just in. If you don't have a genie, make a chart. Film at 11.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
7:43 a.m. and early in Los Angeles, but I couldn't sleep. We were working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Frankly, and frankly, George was in a lot of sores. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. Evidence had mounted up against George to the point that it looked as if he had committed a bank robbery in Los Angeles while he claimed to be on vacation in the Great North Woods. We decided to look at scenes from yesterday's show to refresh our memories. When you go back over the facts, sometimes you can find something you missed that can help you solve a problem. We desperately hoped so. By checking the mileage on his car, we hoped we could prove George could not have been in Los Angeles at the time of the bank robbery.
Is that a copy of the bill, Krusty?
Here's the mileage when you left here last Saturday evening.
68,849 miles.
I told him to get rid of her when she hit 20,000.
So if you drove about 150 miles up and about 150 miles back...
150 plus 150 is 300 miles, plus a little driving around for the past 2 days, just from home to the office.
So let's say you drove another 20 miles. That's a total of about 320 miles.
If we add those miles to the miles on the odometer, what was it again, Krusty?
68,849 miles.
68,849 miles plus 320 miles is...
About 69,170 miles.
So that's the mileage you should have on your odometer? No more.
69,480. That's more than 300 miles too much. I could have driven up and back twice. Morning, Kate. You're here awfully early this morning.
Couldn't sleep. I've been worrying about the case against you.
That's good of you. To worry about me, I mean.
What are friends for? Listen, George, let's look at the facts. All the evidence says that you robbed the next to the last national bank.
I know.
So that leaves us with two alternatives. One is that you did it.
Uh-huh. And the other is?
Somebody wants to make us think you did it.
And whoever that is has done a heck of a good job.
But who'd want to do a thing like that?
It would have to be somebody who's pretty mad at me, I guess.
Has anybody ever threatened you or vowed to get even with you for something?
No. Mr. Beasley, my right side neighbor, got kind of mad when I ran over his lawnmower.
Was he angry enough to do this to you?
No, I don't think so. I guess I could ask him, but he isn't speaking to me.
When did it happen?
1974 or 5.
Who else? Maybe somebody you sent to prison.
That's possible, I guess.
Debbie, it's Kate. Could you do me a favor? Can you check your computer database and pull a list of all the people that George has arrested in his career and give me the disposition of the cases? Thanks.
You think somebody I sent over might want to get back at me?
Could be.
I bet a lot of them were pretty mad.
Monday. Right away, Chief.
Good morning, mathematicians. Are you ready for the preliminary hearing this afternoon?
We're still trying to prove George is innocent. If we could just find the pilot from Fishmonger Airlines, we could show that George couldn't have done it.
You do believe me, don't you, Chief?
Of course I do, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter what I believe. It's what the judge thinks, and he's a tough one.
Who is it?
Judge Hoffman.
The hanging judge?
That's the one. He's got a reputation for being fair, but very tough. I'm pulling for you, George. If there's anything I can do, let me know.
Thank you, Chief.
I hope this helps, guys.
What'd you find, Debbie?
George has sent 127 people to prison.
That's a lot of notches on my calculator.
What do you know about them?
Some have been paroled, and some are still serving their sentences. 94 people are still in jail. That leaves 33 people to account for.
And?
31 people have been paroled. 31 from 33, 2.
You mean 2 people haven't been accounted for?
Do you know who they are?
2 brothers.
2 brothers?
I remember them. The brothers Karamazov. Or was it Karamazov?
Those are the 2. They escaped from state prison about 6 months ago.
What were they in for?
Computer crime.
Debbie, can you call the warden at the state prison and see if he can tell us more about the brothers Karamazov?
Or Karamazov.
Sure thing, Kate.
Do you remember the case?
Oh, sure. It was just before you joined the force, Kate. They tapped into a bank's computer system and changed their balance.
What?
I'll show you. One of the brothers, Irving Karamazov,
Or Karamazov.
would go to a branch bank and deposit $100. Then, after the deposit, Jake Karamazov
Or Karamazov.
would get on his home computer and change the balance to $10,000.
So, the bank records got changed and the account showed that instead of $100, they had $10,000.
Right. Then after a couple of days, they would withdraw $9,900. Now, the account showed that it still contained the original $100. Pretty ingenious, huh?
Very. How long did they get away with it?
For a total of about $500,000, the bank examiners knew there was money missing. but they couldn't trace it.
How'd you catch him?
I set a trap. I programmed the bank's computer to check on all large computer transactions. We caught the brothers on their very next move.
And they went to prison?
Yep, doing 7 to 10 on grand larceny.
The warden wasn't much help.
How so?
He said they were model prisoners, and everybody was very surprised when they didn't show up for breakfast one morning.
How did they escape?
The warden said they were very involved in the prison theater program, you know, putting on plays and readings.
Uh-huh.
6 months ago, during a production of The Pirates of Penzance, Jake was playing the Inspector General, and Irving was the captain of police. After the first act, dressed in their uniforms, they walked right out.
The guards didn't realize they were in disguise?
Nope. They simply walked out of the prison of freedom. By the time they were missed, it was too late. They've been on the 10 most wanted list ever since.
Then I'm afraid it's unlikely we're going to find them by this afternoon.
Even if we did, there's no proof they're behind this.
It's true.
Have you ever heard from them again, George?
Well, not for a while. At first, I used to get threatening letters and postcards saying they were going to get me if it was the last thing they'd do. But that stopped about 6 months ago.
That's about when they escaped.
And they wouldn't send you any more threats because you could trace the postmark and know what area they were in. George, why didn't you ever tell me you were getting threatening letters?
I didn't take them very seriously.
Why not?
The writers were in prison, Kate. They got to be so regular, they were just addressed to occupant. I didn't even read most of them.
It's getting to be about that time, George.
Who's your attorney, George?
My attorney? Me, of course. I once played the famous lawyer Clarence Darrow in the play Inherit the Wind when I was in college.
Were you any good?
Well, not very. We kind of reworked the play. In the original version, John Thomas Scopes, my client, is set free. In our production, you got the chair.
All rise.
The 13th District Court is now in session. The Honorable Herman Hoffman presiding.
Wow.
Tell me this, Mr. District Attorney. Is there anyone in this entire courtroom who did not see George Ernest Franklin knock over the bank?
The prosecution rests its case.
100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from the National Science Foundation, the U.S. Department of Education, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation, and the Carnegie Corporation of New York.
Corporate funding is provided by IBM. At IBM, we believe education is the key to the future. We are pleased to help support Square One TV as an innovative way to introduce young people to the exciting world of mathematics.